Hello, good evening, students. Hi, how are you? I've actually just recovered from a flu. Last week, I'm supposed to have a class, so unfortunately, I was not able to have. So you see that my voice has also changed. Okay, so today I'm taking the opportunity for to squeeze in one class. I hope that your class, your exams for the past few days have been going well. Okay, I hope it's been good, right? Or what you have spotted did come out. And now it's Thursday, so that you have a little bit of rest and also to do revision before your next week exam. All right, okay, so today I'm going to have two questions because I was not able to have a class last week. So today I'm combining two questions, okay, rather two lessons into one. That means I'm going to discuss two essay questions today. All right, okay. So if you would like to let me know who you are, you can just put in the comments there and just type in your name. All right. Okay. Good evening, anyone who's out there. All right. Okay. So let me share my slides. All right. Okay. So I think you can see these now, right? Okay. So I'm going to start by looking at the first question. All right. So I won't introduce myself because today's lesson will be a little bit long. So you will see my previous videos that I've already given you some profile of myself. Okay. So essay question. So this is very similar to an SPM question actually. All right. Now, diagram 1.1 shows a part of the system K and system L that are involved in coordination and response in humans. Okay, so this is the picture, right? This is the stimulus. Okay, so here, what you need to do is to study carefully and to make sure that you know what you are dealing with. All right, first look at system K. System K is referring to a system that involves impulse. Okay, so this is actually a coordination system in humans. So system K refers to the system that involves impulse. I hope you know what it is. Okay, it's electrical signals that run along the neurons in our body and that coordinates our movements usually lah, right? Movements and response, right? Okay, so system L is the system that incorporates hormone as the signal, as the chemical that connects, or rather what you call that, sense signals or messages through the use of chemicals called hormone. Okay, so if you recognize, if you know your stuff well, you know that system K is the uh, nervous system, and the system L is the endocrine system. Okay, so the question is not here yet. So this is just the opening. All right. Okay, next. So here comes the question. All right. Now, based on diagram 1, explain this statement. So this statement says gland P is the main gland in system L. So you're wondering, where is the question? All right. Where's the question? It's just a statement. So in this statement, they ask you to explain. That means explain why gland P is called the main gland in system L. Okay, why? Sorry, not system L. It should be, yes, correct. Gland P referring to the one on the right hand side, which is the hormone. All right. Why is gland P considered the main gland in system L? All right. So you should understand that this is the master gland. Gland P is actually the pituitary gland. All right. Okay. So I don't see anyone with me here. It's all right. So I'll just give you all the answers. All right. If you do know, all right, you can just test yourself first before you. Maybe you can during the the recording. I mean the you're gonna watch it again, right? Maybe later. Then you can just pause it and then you test yourself first, and then you click on, and then you can see my answer, or you can listen to my answer. So you just test yourself first. All right. Okay. So since the name is not given, okay, remember you can see here the name of this gland P is not given. So most likely one of the points that is in the scheme is naming the system. So you can name the system, okay, in just so that you can get 1 point, because here what they want is just 2 points. All right. So what you're going to talk about? So first thing you can give the name. So P is the pituitary gland. All right. Okay. Then next, they want you to explain why is it called the main gland, the most important one, the main gland. Okay, because P, or the pituitary gland, secretes stimulating hormone, or you can mention any particular stimulating hormone. For example, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, or FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, or ACTH, LH luteinizing hormone. Okay, adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is ACTH. All right, so you can mention any one of this. You don't have to mention all. As long as there's one, it'll be enough for you to collect your point. Okay, then you can also say, in case you want to be more specific, you can say that this hormone, for example, TSH, you just take one example. TSH controls the secretion of hormones from thyroid gland. So you be specific, this stimulating hormone, for example, TSH, will control the secretion of hormone from the thyroid gland. Okay, has to be matching. Or if you want to talk about FSH, this hormone, that means FSH, okay, follicle stimulating hormone, controls the secretion of hormones from the ovary. Okay, the ovary is an endocrine gland. Besides producing the secondary oocyte, or we call the ovum, it also functions as an endocrine gland. Okay, all right. So any 2 points from here will be enough for you to get your maximum marks for this question. All right, okay. So let's go to the next part, A2. Okay, question 1A2, still based on the same diagram. Okay, compare and contrast. Okay, so compare and contrast is a very popular question. It is almost, I can say that every essay, all right, in every exam, right, there will be at least 1 to 2 compare and contrast questions. All right, so please be prepared to be able to list out the similarities and differences. So if you want to compare and contrast, please remember to talk about similarities. Don't forget, right? So similarities between the two coordination system, which is the endocrine and the nervous system. All right, okay, so both have receptors. Okay, in both cases, in order for you to have coordination, you need to have receptor to detect the stimulus, and you need to have a processing, the integration center, which is the brain or whatever, all right? And then you need to have the effector, which is to produce the response. Okay, so both systems, no matter whether it's the endocrine system or the nervous system, will have receptors. Okay, next. And the receptor's function is to detect stimulus or stimuli, all right? And both systems will send information. So both systems, they use different methods to send information, but both will send information, right, from one place, which is probably the brain, to the other part of the body to produce the response. Okay, next, both systems have the effector, or you can say the tissue or the targeted organs to produce a response actually. Okay, you need to have a specific organ. Okay, for example, your muscle will contract so that you can pull your hand back. That is the targeted organ, or we call it effector. All right, and lastly, this effector or the target organs, the function is to produce response. Okay, now look carefully the word. We don't accept the word reaction. You can't say to produce reaction. Okay, you leave the word reaction for your chemistry. Okay, reaction between A and B, right? This acid and this alkali produces a salt solution, for example. Okay, for in BM, you use the word gerak balas, menghasilkan gerak balas, and not tindak balas. Okay, so this word reaction and tindak balas is not accepted to replace the word response or gerak balas. Please be careful. If you use that word, it will not be accepted. You're not going to get your S5. Your point is, even though it looks correct, right? Your point, it's logical, but it's not the correct term. So we don't accept reaction. We don't accept tindak balas. Okay, so done with the similarities. So always remember, in any question, in any case like this, compare and contrast, it's always similarities will have less and the differences will have more. But to be on the safe side, write at least 2 similarities, or as many as you can think of. Okay, one more, sorry. Both systems function to regulate or to coordinate activities of the body. So they do it in different ways and different methods, but the function is the same. Okay, we don't accept cellular activities. Your coordination system is to coordinate the activities of your entire body, not the cell. Okay, to coordinate the activities of the cell is actually the nucleus of the cell. But this, what we're talking about, your coordination system, is to coordinate the activities of your entire organism, of the entire body. Okay, so we won't accept cellular activities or cell activities. Okay, now enough about similarities. All right, now differences. Differences, as I mentioned again, you can put in table form. Okay, but please make sure they correspond to the same point and they are at least in a phrase, not just one word. Okay, so example, since the system K and L is not given in the question, so you can give the name, and it's probably one of the points in the scheme. All right, so you say system K is nervous system, while system L is endocrine system. If you want to put in a sentence, please put them both in one sentence. If you don't want to write in sentence form, just leave it in a table form like this. Okay, perfectly fine. All right, but do not, all right, I repeat every time, do not put one paragraph talk about system K and then another paragraph system L. That would be very, very bad, all right, because you only get maximum. You look at the first sentence from your first paragraph, compare with the first sentence of the second paragraph, and at most is only 1 point. Okay, all right. Second point, comparing, talk about the effect. Okay, the nervous system is only temporary, very short only. When the effect, the impulse comes to the muscle, all right, and then it causes the muscle to contract, and that's it. Just very short while it contracts, and then that's it. There's no other effect after that. But for the endocrine system, the effect can last for a long time. It can be lasting for days or weeks or even months when the hormone causes the effect. Okay, so it's long term or permanent. Okay, next we talk about what is it made up of. So nervous system is made up of neurons. It's a network, so it's all connected. All right, it's a network of neurons. Whereas for endocrine system, it has nothing to do with cells that are joined, connected. It is just made up of ductless glands. So glands are special cells, special tissues that produces a kind of secretion, a kind of liquid, or a kind of chemical. So they are ductless, meaning there's no duct. The glands produce the hormone, and it is directly secreted into the bloodstream. It goes into the blood, all right, and it uses the bloodstream to send the chemical without having its own tubes, without having its own ducts. Okay, so that is the D3. Difference number 4. All right, signal. How is the signal sent? For the nervous system, it is sent in the form of electrical impulse. Okay, it's impulse, electricity. So impulse, right? But for endocrine, it uses chemicals. They're called chemical messengers. Okay, so the chemical is able to produce that response. Okay, all right. So the response, the matching has to be there. Okay, excuse me. Okay, let's go. Next one, All right, D5. Next point. How is it sent? All right, so this is just like I mentioned, using blood for the endocrine, right? Actually, the point is here. Impulse for the nervous system is sent to neurons. You can just say neurons. You don't need to say neurotransmitter. All right, neurons is good enough. Or you can say both, right? Neurons and neurotransmitter. Okay, but for the system L, which is the endocrine system, the message is sent through hormone, and it's sent through the blood flow. That means it goes into the bloodstream, okay, as the medium of transport. Okay, next, how is the response? Okay, do you get the response quick, instant, or do you have to wait? Is the effect, not the effect, the response, is it instant, or is it slow? Right? So for the nervous system, is instant. Once the impulse comes to your muscle, immediately you will react. That means your muscle will contract, and you will be able to move your arm or move your leg. Okay, instant, less than 1 second. Okay, but for the hormone, right? Once the hormone reaches the cell or the targeted cell, targeted organs, you don't get instant response. The response is slow. For example, growth. You don't have growth that is overnight, right? You'll see the growth, the effect coming over the next few weeks or the months or even years, right? So the response is slow. Okay, one more. For the electrical impulse, the effect of the electrical impulse is only for one organ. That means it's specific. So when this impulse goes to this specific, let's say, organ, my bicep, only my bicep will contract. All right. It's other muscles in my arm or in my legs is not going to contract. All right. It's only specific. That impulse is only for that particular effector. But for the hormone, one particular hormone can have effect to more than one particular area or organs. So it can, for example, certain hormone like adrenaline, right? Adrenaline, it can cause your heart to beat faster, right? It can cause your diaphragm to contract faster so that you can breathe faster. Your breathing rate increases. So it's more than one, not just your heart. Your diaphragm will contract faster and relax faster to increase your breathing rate. At the same time, it also increases the rate of conversion from your glycogen into glucose. So it's more than one effect for the hormone. Okay, all right. So it's good enough because you have 10 points there, plus your similarity, combination of both, at least 2 from similarities, 2 from differences. Of course, differences you have more, you will get 10 points. All right, okay. So next question. Okay, so no question from you. All right. So next question, essay question B. So also related to the coordination system, right? So usually one whole question is all on the same topic, right? So diagram 1.2 shows a taking part in bungee jumping. So this is an extreme sport, we call it. Okay, extreme sport. It gives you the adrenaline rush. It gives you all excited, makes you all excited, and there's a little bit of risk involved in terms of danger. Right? Some people are really, really going out for all these things because they find life is too boring. Okay, they want to do something exciting, something interesting. Parasailing, bungee jumping, all right, and all these extreme sports. Okay, motor go kart and all that. All right. So what is the question here? Give you situation first. Before jumping, he was nervous and his heart was pumping fast. So this is what happened. Before jumping, he's already feeling very, very apprehensive, very nervous, excited, and all that. All right. Describe, this is the question, how gland Q. So gland Q is related to the previous diagram, diagram 1.1. Gland Q, you can see very clearly that this is the endocrine gland that sits on top of the kidney. All right, so this is for sure the adrenal gland. All right, so how does this adrenal gland respond in the situation? In fact, this adrenal gland is the one that causes the person to be the heart beating very fast, pounding, right? The heart is pounding, and of course, you may break out in cold sweat, right? Your pupils will dilate, so it gives you all that, makes you feel all excited and scared at the same time. All right, okay. So how does this gland give you this kind of response? All right, so 8 marks. Okay, let's see. So first of all, you can name, all right? You can name the hormone that is released here, all right? So first of all, look at the situation, all right? So this man is scared, excited, anxious, or this person is facing fight or flight situation. So the situation where it gives you all excited and makes you scared, right? This is called a fight or flight because it prepares your body to either, all right, to fight the situation. That means probably you are being threatened by a dog, right? A dog that's chasing after you, and you want to fight back, or your attacker, right, holding a knife. So maybe you think you can overcome the person, so you want to fight back. Or if you feel that you make a split-second decision, you find that you cannot fight the person, you cannot fight the dog, right? So your body will instantly switch to the other response, which is to fly or call it flight. That means to run away. Okay, so this is a fight or flight situation. Okay, now please be careful. Do not use the words that's already given in the question. So if I flash back the question, you'll see the person saying what? Nervous, right? Do not reuse the word nervous. Do not say the heart is pumping fast. All right, so you can see the what is accepted. You can say scared. Don't say nervous because it was given in the question. Excited, anxious. Okay, any other words that not repeated the same thing that is given in the question. Okay, so next. So the hypothalamus stimulates the adrenal gland. Okay, so you can name the gland, or if you do not want to name the gland, you can say Q. What we need here is the word hypothalamus. So it starts from your hypothalamus. Okay, that is above the pituitary gland. It will send signal right to the adrenal gland, and it causes the adrenal gland to produce more adrenaline. So I underline the word more because more here is important. Because hello Emily, yes, hi, thanks for watching. Yeah, okay, okay. So more adrenaline. Why you say more? Because if you do not have this situation, there is already adrenaline actually, but little, very little, lower quantities. So if you have more adrenaline, it gives you all this reaction that I'm going to mention later, lah, right? So you have to have the word more. So if you're not sure whether to write or not to write, it's better to write. Okay, so either you can say adrenaline or no adrenaline. It will give you the same, more or less the same effect, which is to prepare yourself to, what do you call that, to fight or flight response situation. Okay, Emily, I would like to contact you back. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I still have the contact, Emily. So I later you telegram me. All right, I give you my telegram. I hope you still have my telegram username. I would like to contact you. All right, okay. Let me finish my lesson first. Yeah, Emily. Okay. So the rate of breathing increases. So the effect. Now you're going to talk about the effect of having more adrenaline in your body, in your system. So there are many. There are more than one, definitely. First of all, your rate of breathing will increase. That means your contraction and relaxation of the diaphragms and the intercostal muscles will increase. Okay? All right? Okay. Okay, Emily, I contact you later. Okay. All right. Next, more oxygen. So when your breathing rate increases, your breathing is to actually, the purpose is to bring in air, right? Containing oxygen. So when your breathing rate increases, more oxygen. So again, underline more. More oxygen will be taken into the lungs. Okay, into the lungs. So that you have more oxygen. So what are you going to do with the oxygen? You're going to do with oxygen. Okay, the oxygen is actually to be sent to your body cells so that your cellular respiration will increase, and then you can produce more ATP. Okay, so all these words, more, put it in. Okay, then at the same time, the adrenaline has the effect of increasing the glucose level in your blood. Okay, how does it do that? It actually converts glycogen, right? More glycogen will be converted into glucose, right? In the muscles or in the liver cells. So when you got more glucose in your body and you got also more oxygen, all this will be channeled to your body cells, especially your muscles, yeah, so that you have increased rate of cellular respiration to produce even more ATP. So with more ATP, your muscle can contract faster, right? So that you can run faster, you can fight, you're stronger, and you can do all these superhuman things, right? Okay, continue, yeah? So got some more. Next, other points that accepted. All right, his heart rate increases. Yes, okay. Besides the breathing rate, the heart rate also increases. The heart is pumping. You know, remember it's just the person say feeling very excited. The heart is pumping faster. That is the effect of adrenaline actually. All right. To transport, why does the heart beat faster? So that it can transport more oxygen and more glucose to the body cells. And you can also either say muscle cells as well, right? Body cells or muscle cells, doesn't matter, all right? And then so that you can have, just as I mentioned, the rate of cellular respiration increases. Or more glucose is oxidized, or you can say the rate of metabolism increases. So all of this is so that you can produce more energy. Okay, so you can see the word more, add it in. Right? Because in normal situation, when you're not excited, you're not, also you produce energy actually, right? Even when you're 24 hours a day, your cellular respiration is carrying on, right? And it produces ATP also every second. So if you say flight or fight situation, more energy will be produced. or generated. Okay, so at the same time, you have other effect, yeah. Your arterial, the small arteries, the smaller arteries that are a bit finer, they constrict. That means they become narrower, or you say vasoconstriction occurs. Okay, and that causes the blood to be channeled away from the skin. So you see people who are scared, people who are, very scared and all that, you find why is their face so pale? Because the blood, all right, that runs under the skin has been diverted. So it's not so near the skin now, all right? So the blood vessel is little bit not so near the skin. That means you don't see the redness, you don't see the pinkish glow in your body or on your skin. All right. So blood pressure increases, skin becomes pale. This is the effect of vasoconstriction. Skin becomes pale, less blood flows under the skin. So all this happens during your when you're scared, when you're excited, right? All this during your fight or flight situation. Okay, so any 8 points. So you got 13 here. All right, more than enough for you to get 2 points, 2 marks. All right, okay. So next question. All right, okay. Now we finished with question 1. All of that is already 20 marks. Okay, so we go on to question 2. Since last week I couldn't have a class, so I might just piece 2 together because I got some more questions to discuss with you before your SPM bio paper on the 3rd of February. Okay, so essay question 2. Now, all organisms in this world are classified into 6 kingdoms. So this is from chapter 8, from 5. Just now, the other one was an endocrine system and coordination system, yeah? That was chapter 12 from 4. Okay, so now this is from 5 questions. So diagram 1.1 shows a few organisms in a kingdom. Okay, so you see all these animals, right? You see all these organisms. Organism is living thing actually, right? You can classify them to bacteria or plants or animals, right? Okay, so all these you must learn that hierarchy. Should remember that. Okay, where's the question? Question is here. Okay, the question here is state the kingdom. Now the kingdom is the highest order. The highest hierarchy. Okay, the kingdom you will have 3 kingdoms, right? So what kingdom is this? Sorry, 6 kingdoms, 3 domains, 6 kingdoms. So what kingdom is this? Yeah, you can see none of them is a plant, right? Okay, Emily, do you know? You've gone through your Form 5 before, right? Yes, I'm sure you did quite well. Right, I'm sure you know, right? Okay, answer Emily. Emily, I think you know. Are you still there? I'm not sure they're still there. Okay. Easy lah, this is quite easy. Okay, I can see Emily only. I don't know the rest. All right. Okay. No answer. All right. Very simple lah. The answer already given just now. Yeah. It is animals ma. So animals is animalia lor. Right. You have to use the term. Okay. Animalia. In PM also we call animalia. All right. Okay. Next. So that's the first question. Only 1 mark. Simple. Okay. Where are the 19 marks coming from? Okay. Next question. A2. List 2 main characteristics of the organisms classified in the kingdom that you stated. So just now you mentioned animalia. So what are the features or the characteristics of these organisms that cause them to be put under the group called animalia? Okay, why are they put under animalia? What is the characteristics that make them put under animalia? Why are they not called plantae or plants? Okay, most important thing is they can move. Right, plants cannot move, right? Okay, so that's one of the features lah. So you just need 2. Okay, let's see what are the characteristics that you can use for animalia. Okay, just need 2 only. Right, I'll give you 5. Okay, first of all right, animalia, they all are considered eukaryotes. Okay, please revise. Eukaryote are organisms that if you look at the cell of the organism, it has nucleus, and the nucleus is actually, there is a membrane. There's a nuclear membrane that surrounds the chromosomal material. Okay, there is a nuclear membrane that envelops the chromosome. Then you call it an eukaryote. If there isn't any nuclear membrane that covers the chromosomal material, then you call it a prokaryote. then it's a different kingdom. Okay, so this one is it has nucleus, it has membrane and closed organelle. That means all these organelles called mitochondria, what else here? Ribosome, and all of them have the membrane. Okay, that's one of the characteristics of Animalia. Next, okay, all Animalia are multicellular. Okay, you don't have a single cell Animalia. We don't call it Animalia. They come under Protista, or they come under bacteria, whatever, or eubacteria. All right, more than one cell. They're all multicellular. Next, they are all heterotrophs. That means these are organisms that are unable to make their own food or synthesize their own food. Okay, that means they have to eat. Literally, that means ingest the food. They have to bring the food, put it into the body, and digest it. Okay, so they have to either digest it inside or outside. It doesn't matter. But what it means that you can't make your own food. That's all. That's called heterotroph. Okay, one word is enough actually. All the double slash you see there is alternate answers. If you cannot remember the word heterotroph, you just say this organism are not able to make their own food. Okay, same meaning. Okay, P4, can move. That's only Animalia. Right? They are very different from the Plantae. Plantae are fixed. They are not able, they are not mobile. But this one, able to move. All Animalia can move. And one more, they reproduce sexually. So Animalias are not like bacteria, right? Bacteria, they reproduce asexually. Protista as well. So reproduce sexually. So it's for Animalia. You just need two, any 2 points. Okay, next, B. A1, A2 done. Okay, 3 marks. Now 17 more marks. Based on diagram 1.1. Okay, same pattern. Construct one dichotomous key. This is something that usually teachers don't really pay attention to because don't expect this question to come out in SPM. But you never know, right? You never know what's going to come out. So sometimes some unexpected questions come out if you look at some past year questions. So I'm just teaching you how to face these kind of questions in case it comes up. Okay, so a dichotomous key is a key that is prepared looking at a certain group of organisms, right? And you classify them into 2 groups. You keep on putting them into separate groups or 2 groups until you are able to identify that organism. Okay? And what you normally do is you must look at the physical features. You cannot use features that are not physical that you know of. For example, you know a penguin can swim, and you know fish can swim, then you know birds can fly, right? That one is not physical. You cannot use that to put or to write or to make a dichotomous key. You cannot divide into one group, say can fly, the other group cannot fly. No, right? Wrong. It has to be something physical. Okay, so this question, unexpected, right? Many people will not know how to answer. But okay, I'm just letting you know in case it comes out. So this is how you will tackle it. Okay, so for example, for the first thing, dichotomous key is, how do you make a dichotomous key? Criteria. All right, only 2 important criteria. Number 1, criteria for building a dichotomous key. Okay, you go and check back from 5, chapter 9, all right? This one, on the classification and all that, when we talk about this kingdom, order, family, and all that, phyla and all that. Number 1, must be observable physical features, like I mentioned just now. Okay, what it has? Fur or feathers, okay? Legs, horns, whiskers, antenna, that you can put in. You must use these features to make your dichotomous key. Number 2, your dichotomous key must have only 2 options. You must always branch out into 2. You cannot have 3. For example, have 2 legs, one group. Then have 4 legs, another group. Then have more than 4 legs, the third group. Cannot have it. You must have either 2 groups, that means either have legs or have no legs. And then under the legs one, you can put have 2 legs or more than 2 legs. Okay, you cannot have 3 groups, you cannot have 4 groups, you cannot have 5 groups. You only have 2 options for every feature. This is what you need to remember. Okay, let's look at an example of the question. Example of the answer, sorry. Now, let me just tell you, your sample answer for dichotomous fit is not fixed. There isn't only one and only answer. The most important thing what you need to do is, you must, first of all, you know all this is animalia, right? Okay, so first of all, you draw like animalia there, right? Now, you must ask yourself, from these 8 animals, what is the feature that made me put these animals in 2 different groups? For example, I see the cat, I see the fish, I see the bird, the frog, the snail, goats, penguin, and worm, right? Ask yourself the question, what is the feature that I can first divide them into 2 separate groups? I don't want more, don't want 3, don't want 4, just 2. For example, I want to say like has fur, okay? On the other one is has no fur, something like that, okay? Or has scales, has no scale, that is something physical you can see. Or has legs, has no legs, also can. All right, okay, so let's say for example, I just use one example. You don't use legs also can. You can just divide it by say you don't say can fly, cannot, because it's not a physical feature. You just say for example, I want to say, okay, you want to say has fur, one group. Then the other one does not have fur. That means have something else lah. Maybe got scales lah, feathers lah. Then it's another group. Okay, so I'm going to use legs for example. Let's say has legs. All right, I put one left hand side. Then the other one I must say usually is the opposite, the negative. Right? Don't say something different. Don't say it has wings. Cannot. Legs and wings are not the same thing. All right, you must have one positive, the other one negative. Don't have. So does not have legs. Sorry, has legs, no legs. So if it has legs, okay, let me illustrate. If it has legs, for example, okay, if it has legs, you would be putting this organism, right? All this is already with legs, with legs here, with legs here. You already separated them into 2 groups. One group on the left hand side got 5, which is your bird, frog, cat, goat, and penguin. Then the one that has got no legs will be your snail, your fish, and your earthworm. All right, okay. Now, has legs, I got these 5. I need to further divide these 5. I need to further divide these 5 into some more 2 groups. Okay, so this one is already 5. Now from this 5, I need to divide some more. So what can I say from these 5 animals? Look at the bird, look at the frog, the cat, the goat, and the penguin. All right, maybe has 2 legs. Under legs, maybe this one has got 2 legs. And then the other one, you cannot say 4 legs, 6 legs, or 8 legs, or what. You can say more than 2 legs. Okay, in that case, if it's 2 legs, will be the bird and penguin, right? Bird and penguin. Still, you need to divide some more. Right? So under 2 legs, I need to divide some more until I cannot divide anymore. Until I cannot divide the 2 groups already. So now 2 legs. Ask yourself, how can I differentiate my fish? My bird and the penguin. Okay. Look at the covering. Bird has got feathers. All right. Then the penguin is not. Penguin is a penguin. Penguin is feathers, right? Penguin is actually bird, not. I don't think it's a mammal, All right. So having feathers, I cannot separate it. I cannot separate my bird and my penguin. All right, because they have the same thing. So I must take another feature. Maybe I can talk about web feet, All right. The penguin has web feet. All right. Penguin has web feet. See, I already separated my penguin from my bird. The other one that doesn't have web feet must be the bird, You see that? All right. So I have used the category of 2 legs. And then from 2 legs, I got 2 animals. I got bird, I got penguin. Now think, what can I use to separate my penguin and bird? Okay, think of web feet. All right, web feet means you got that skin that joins each of the fingers, not fingers, the toes lah, so you can swim better. Penguin has web feet. The bird does not have web feet. All right. Okay, so you have already found the animal, penguin and bird. Okay, stop there. For these two, done. Now, the one that's got more than 2 legs, you have this. You have your frog, you have your cat, and the goats. Right? Ask yourself, how can I separate these 3 animals into 2 different groups? Okay? Cat and goat got fur. That frog, no fur. Right? So I can further divide into has fur and has no fur. All right? So has no fur, I know already. Has no fur is a frog. Has fur, I can still have 2 animals, which is the cat and the goat. How am I going to separate the cat and the goat? Think again. You look at the picture. Cat and goat. What's the difference? Cat got janggut, okay, got the beard. Cat has the horn. Use the word has horn. Okay, no fur is already frog. You already got your answer for frog. Now has fur, you got 2 animals. So use this word has horns, has no horns, right? Has horn will be the goat. Has no horn will be the cat. You already got your 5 animals here. All right, now go to the other group, which is, let me show you, this group, this group. Okay, this one and this one. That will come under no legs. So ask yourself, fish, snail, and earthworm. How to separate these 2? All of them no legs, right? Okay, so separate them, maybe look at the shell. The snail has a shell, but the other 2 no shell, right? Then you already separated into 2 groups. It doesn't have to be 2-2, sometimes it's 1-2 or 1-3. Doesn't have to be equal. All right, so here has shell. The other one has no shell. So has a shell is a snail. The other one no shell, you still have 2 things, which is the fish and the earthworm. So ask yourself again, how do I separate my fish and the earthworm? All right. Okay, so look at the outer covering of the body. The earthworm has got segmented body, segment. All right. Or you can also use scales. Fish has scales. Earthworm no scales. All right. So you can put has scale, has no scale. But I prefer to use has segmented body. And if it's a segmented body, it is a worm. The other one, no segmented body, has to be the fish. Okay, so you carry on until you find there's only one organism that can fit that category. So you arrive, all of them already got answer. That means got the name of it. Okay, then this is your answer. You can present your answer in this form, which is like organizational chart, organization chart, like spider. You call it spider chart. Okay, so you have it. You can present your answer like this. All right. Or there's another way. I give you a sample answer too. You convert this into a table form. All right. But usually, this is the easier way. You must divide into charts. Like divide 2, 2, 2, 2. Right. If you do not want to present your answer like this, you can also present your answer in the table form. Okay. How to make the table form? Usually, you put number 1A, 1B. Right. Just after you have done this, it's considered working. Then you put the 1A, 1B. All right, 2A, 2B. Okay, just randomly name them. 3A, 3B. 4A, 4B. 5A, 5B. 6A, 6B. 7A, 7B. Okay, you see, it's always A and B, no C, because we do not divide into 3 groups. Always 2 groups. Okay, so now, how do you write them in table form? Okay, easy. So you look at this. Under 1A has legs, right? And then after that has legs, you divide into 2 already. You go to number 2, right? So has legs, refer to 2. Okay. Then the other one, 1B. 1B has no legs. Then you have to refer to 3. Okay, see? And then now 2A. Look at 2A. 2A is this level now. Right, this one, 2A. 2A, you have to refer to 4 already. Because you still haven't got the answer. You still haven't got your name of the organism. Refer to 4. More than 2 legs, you have to refer to 5. Always go to word go to or refer to. You must put that word. Okay? Has legs, dot, 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 refer to. Alright? Okay, next. Now then, after that, number 3A. Look at number 3A. Where is this? Number 3A already got the name there, shell. Has shell, you see the name, snail. Already got answer. Okay, so you carry on, 3D has no shell. Then you have to go to 6. Refer to 6. You get it? Alright, carry on, and then you will find always you must have your answer at the end of it. That means you must have this answer. Snail, penguin, frog, worm, fish, goat, and lastly, fox. Okay, then your answer is done. So this is the answer in table form. Either way, you can present the answer. Okay, so this is not something that the teacher will spend time explaining how to make this lah. Right? Usually lah, no lah, because more important things to explain. Alright? In case you don't know how to do it, this is how you do it. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, question C. So here shows a dumping site, which is a nearby residential area. It's an area where people stay, right? So this is the picture. The houses, and you can see here is a dumping site. That means tapak sampah, right? A lot of sampah there, a lot of garbage. Okay, what's the question? Okay, sorry, just wait for a while. Okay, improper disposal of waste. That means simply throwing your waste. This is improper lah, because it's in the open, and you can see rats there, right? It becomes a breeding place for pathogen and vector. So the keyword here, all right, pathogen and vector. Discuss the impact of increasing population of pathogens and vectors on the health of organisms. So your keyword here is these 3 things. You must talk about the pathogen, talk about the vector, talk about the disease, of course, health of the residents. That is disease. So your focus is on disease. This one, chapter 8 of Form 5. Okay, chapter 8, at the end of chapter 8. So, talk about the disease. You must remember the names. That one you cannot escape. You need to know the name of the pathogen, the vector, and the disease in order for you to score marks. Otherwise, you're not going to do very well for this question. Right? You need the names. Okay, so how do you look at the rat there? And look at the flies. So this is what you're going to talk about. Okay, next. Okay, you have to, what are the aspects you must touch on? Definition. You must say what is vector, what is pathogen. Okay, and talk about the habitat where, what the breeding place, right? And the disease, name of the disease, and the bad effect on the health. So make sure the disease is correct, vector, and pathogen. Okay, now, definition. That's what the first aspect, you must talk about. Okay, so mosquitoes, flies, rat, cockroach, this is a vector. Okay, so any one of these, you don't need to write all, is a vector. Vector is what? What's the meaning of vector? Vector are organisms that can transmit pathogen. That means they can spread. You can say the word spread. They can carry, all right, pathogen on the body, either inside or outside the body. Okay, on the skin or on the fur. So they transmit the bacteria, but they don't cause the disease. Pathogen is not, the vector doesn't cause the disease. That would be wrong. Vectors carry the pathogen. They carry the bacteria. It's the bacteria or the pathogen that causes the disease. So look carefully. You see the word causes disease is pathogen. All right. Transmit is spread or carry also can. It's called vector. So this is different. So make sure you say the correct definition. Habitat. Okay. So what is the habitat? So where do they stay? Why they like to all this garbage? Because they become the breeding place, right? Empty cans, tires, plastic that can hold water. This is the breeding place. Stagnant water is where mosquitoes lay their eggs, right? Become a breeding place for vectors. And also food waste, right? People throw garbage, there'll also be food there. So these rats will go and forage for the food. The food waste becomes the food source for vectors because there's food there, right? So they eat the food. Okay, next, talk about the disease then. Okay, first done, definition, habitat, disease. Okay, disease must be specific. You must name. Okay, example, mosquito. Right, mosquito, what's the name of the mosquito? Right, if you can remember, write the word Aedes. Right, if you cannot remember, at least you say mosquito transmit what's the disease? Dengue. Okay, or Zika or chikungunya virus. Or if you talk about the malaria, Plasmodium is the protozoa that causes malaria. It is brought by Anopheles. So it has to be correct. Aedes is bringing dengue, right? Aedes causes dengue, brings spreads dengue, whereas Anopheles spreads malaria. So it's different. Okay. So next, virus or protozoa. How are they spread? Virus is for the Aedes, right? The dengue, sorry. Protozoa is for this Plasmodium, right? They are spread through bites, mosquito bites. That is P7. Then this mosquito bite, mosquito or the virus, all right, or protozoa causes, what's the name of the disease? Dengue fever, malaria, Zika, chikungunya, okay, causes the name of the disease. All right, some more. That is mosquito. What about flies? What do they carry? I mean, what disease do they spread? They transmit Vibrio cholerae. That's the full name of the bacteria, or you can also say E. coli. All right, and that causes actually cholera. Saying the word cholerae, right? Cholera. This is spread through contaminated food or contaminated water, drinking water. Okay, so usually when there's banjir, flooding, there's a lot of cases of cholera because the water is dirty. It's contaminated food, contaminated water, dirty water, right? Okay, flies and bacteria will cause cholera disease, okay, or bacteria or E. coli. It's good that you can give the name to be better. It causes food poisoning. All right, okay, next you have another vector, which is rats or cockroach. Has to be specific. So Salmonella bacteria, okay, or Salmonella typhi, or Leptospira. This is the penyakit what we call kencing tikus. Right, it causes this type of pathogen, transmit pathogen. Then it spreads through again the same point, contaminated water, contaminated food, and the name of the disease, typhoid disease, typhoid fever, food poisoning from your salmonella, or leptospirosis is from the leptospira. We call it the kencing tikus. All right. So correct name of the bacteria, correct name of the disease. You don't have to write all. Just write one will be enough. Okay. So 6 points from at least 2 aspects. That means we talk about the just now the habitat, the definition, the disease. There are 3 aspects there. You just take 2 aspects that is correct. Altogether should have 6 points. Okay, now last question. All right. Suggest one method to reduce the population of rats at the dump site. So you want to reduce the population, you want to solve the problem. The suggested method must contribute to environmental sustainability. That is important keyword there. Always highlight not just underline the keyword before you answer. Okay, so environmental sustainability, that means it must not be harming the environment. All right, it must be something like, does not cause pollution, does not cause water pollution or air pollution, whatever. All right, so it has to be environmental friendly, in other words. Okay, so there are many answers, right? I'll give you just 2. Example, sample answer 1, right? When you talk about environmental sustainability, in order to control a pest, you always think of biological control. Okay, use biological control. Then explain. What is biological control? You need 4 points. So using the what you call predation interaction. That means one animal eat another animal. Okay, or you call using the natural enemies. So the predator will eat the prey. Okay, so you have rats there, then you can have stray cats there, right? You have stray cats that around the neighborhood. Definitely the rat population will decrease. Okay, example, using owl, using cat as a predator. Now not snake. Okay, even though snake can kill rats, but we will not use snake. Is wrong. We will not accept. It's because snake is harmful. Okay, it can kill humans. So it must not be harmful to the environment, of course, humans as well, lah. Right? You only kill only that pest. You don't kill other things that you don't need to, right? Because it's harmful. So before, the predator use is not harmful to human, not harmful to the environment, or does not damage property, does not bring damage to property. Okay, of course, it does not pollute the environment as well, lah. So this is one simple answer. All right. It also, you can put, reduces the use of pesticides. So using pesticide is not good for the environment. So it's not contributing to environmental sustainability if you use pesticides or poisons. So you want to say contribute to environmental sustainability, you must not be using herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, and all that. Cannot. It will we will not accept that for the answer because it's environmental sustainability. Okay, one more answer, which is, so you need to use the method. You must 1 mark for the method, 3 marks for any explanation related to the method. Okay, next, another set of answer. Instead of, let's say, using biological control, you can also set traps to catch the rat. Okay, you want to catch the rat, lah. It also solves the problem without harming the environment. Okay, it also contributes to environmental sustainability as long as you're not using poisons, right? And sprays that's going to harm the environment. So using how do we going to catch the rat? Using cat cage, rat trap, clip. The clip, the spring, you put the cheese there, and then you see a lot of cartoons, right? Okay, rat glue trap. There's a kind of very sticky glue that it's put on paper. You just peel off the backing paper, you put it there, the rat will step on it. Okay, it cannot stick. So, or you use bait to attract the rat's attention. Okay, put any kind of food lah. Put at the cat cage lah, right? A kind of food lah. Then it can trigger the mechanism to close the door. The predator use is not harmful. Same point. Must not be harmful to the human or to humans or to environment, or does not bring damage to property. All right, and also it reduces the use of pesticides. So all this is environmentally friendly. It contributes to environmental sustainability. Okay, again, P6, which is the method, plus 3 points. All right, okay. So I've discussed 2 questions. One question was supposed to be last week. I couldn't have it. All right. So here, I just want to give you my YouTube channel link so that you can go through and see what are the topics that you've missed out or any questions that you've missed out. All right. So I'm going to type in my sorry, where is it? The comments. Okay, my YouTube, my Telegram name. In case you want to contact me, want to ask me questions, I'm very fine with answering your questions. Yeah, in case you would like to ask me lah. And then you see on this here is the link, YouTube link here, www.youtube. Let me just type there. .com/ that's my name. In case you would like to YouTube, yeah, / yeah. Okay, so yeah, okay, Emily, thanks. Just contact me and ask you things. See how you're doing now. Okay, so Yun Gilam. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you very much also. Yeah, welcome. You're most welcome. So I will, if I'm possible, all right, I'll have another class with you probably next week. All right, so it depends on how fast I finish my slides. I'm going to prepare slides. All right, thank you. 70, thank you. Right, thank you. Welcome. So do contact me, all right, if you want to know more or if any questions to ask me. So I'm more than willing to help you, yeah, to answer your questions. So I will see you another time, okay? And please do check out my other videos there if in case you missed out anything, yeah. All right. And any topics that you don't understand. Okay, so I'm going to end my class now. Wait. Okay. So, okay, bye-bye, everyone, and see you in another lesson. Okay, please contact me. Bye-bye. Good night.